Radio tubers, welcome. We're live again here from, well, here. Basically, bit of a Q&A, ask some questions, I'll answer them. If they're ridiculous, they'll get ignored, of course, naturally. Let's do this. Now, of course, we've got to wait for some viewers to sort of come in. No viewers, 4 viewers. There we go. We're on the board. Okay, questions. Do I like corn dogs? That is a very valid question. Yes, I do, as it turns out. Paul, do. Oh, Finger Blaster's here. Good morning, Princess. Now let's do this from the get-go. Do you need a hug now or later? Let's just get that out of the way. I should start at the top. I'm thinking about the wrong channel for that. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I deleted a few comments there. He said, what about the coral reef dying? I'm me. What am I supposed to do? I can't help Trump got voted in either. Do you like corn dogs? Absolutely. Paul Ray, hey dude. Good morning from the Netherlands. Good morning, William. Princess. I don't know where I got Princess from, but I'll take it. Where do you get your batteries from? I get my batteries from anywhere I can, from recycling centers, government offices, hospitals, like second-hand shops that sell a lot of laptops and stuff like that, and they get them and they're dead. Computer recyclers, anywhere I can. I just on the old interwebs and type it in there and say, ask the question or give them a phone call. It's not rocket science. It's just legwork. Expansion games. Good morning. Direct fly. Good morning from the USA. Now, greets from Germany. I never need hugs. You're a tough man. Actually, he didn't sound tough in the pub the other night, but that was amusing. Who cares as long as the sun is free? The sun, well, they'll find a way to tax it. I bet you it's not far off. When was the last time you ate a corn dog? Probably about 3 days ago when I stole all my daughters out of the fridge. I think they're called, what are they called? Corn dogs is like a sausage on a stick with stuff batter over the top, isn't it? Yeah, I think I had a couple of them the other day. My oldest daughter loves them, and I stole them off her out of the freezer. Cooked them all up, dipped them in sweet chili sauce. They were good. David Bland, good morning from Boona, just down the road. Well, kind of just down the road, I guess. Where did you get your BMS? I got my BMS. If you have a look in the description below, there is a link to Batrium.com, and that is where I got the BMS from. Me either. What do you think about Too Sexy blowing up? Mighty Car Mods, I watch Mighty Car Mods religiously, but I have been hell busy this week and I haven't watched that last episode. I will watch it after this live feed, I guarantee you. Where did you get your BMS? Below in the description. I've set this up a little bit. I've got a lot of the normal stuff in the description below. So if you ask the question about where I got stuff from or whatever, I've probably got it below already. I hope. I'm trying to do this better. Trying to do this a little bit better. When are you going to test more BMS systems and other hardware? As soon as I can afford it. To be honest, it's all money. Let's face it, this hasn't cost me a fortune, but it certainly strained the finances a little bit, especially in the early days. So if anybody wants to send me stuff to test, I am not. I guarantee you, I am not removing the Batrium stuff in order to test something else. The Batrium stuff is that good. However, I will set up a test bench and set it all up there and run tests and stuff on it because I've got other inverters I can do that with. Does Batrium control your inverters, or is it just controlling the charge that is generated after the inverter generates it? Okay, Paul, that is a very good question. At the moment, no, it does not control the charging part of it. The inverter does all the charging part of it. The inverter is not a smart inverter and is not designed to be used with lithium. So the way I've got around that is I've set all the voltages a full volt below what it needs to be per cell or something like that. Anyway, it's much, much lower than the thresholds require, thus making it safe. Constant charge, constant voltage has been turned off. That said, stay tuned. It is being actively worked on at the moment, and I am not smart enough to do that myself, so I'm relying on third-party people to actually control my inverter. But the hardware has actually been installed. All the cables are there already. There's communication happening. There's also testing will be starting in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a very interesting question for me to answer, and I can't wait, because that is the last, well, it's the last really big hurdle to guaranteeing that my Powerwall is safe. And it's going to be, I am excited to see the next steps. Stay tuned. Still destroying the supply chain. WP still supplying the, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Rain Power. Hello, HB. What are your thoughts about the BMS on AliExpress? Worth trying. Okay, so I have tried, I'm not even going to get them out. I have tried lots of other BMSs. One BMS I got cost me $150. I think $150 odd, and it was useless. 0.4 of a milliamp just didn't keep the batteries charged. They might work for a brand new pack, but they certainly don't work. Excuse me. They certainly didn't work for me using secondhand cells. Look, do they have their place in the market? Yes. Should they be called BS rather than BMS? Absolutely. There's some bullshit ones out there. There really, truly is. And I've bought a few of them when I've blown them up by doing, admittedly, the wrong thing, but they're so finicky and low voltage, and there's just problems. Like, they work for e-bikes and stuff like that. Absolutely. And if I was more skilled and stuff like that, maybe they would have worked better for me as well. But for these big battery packs, they just don't work. And they just miss the management side of things. So, I mean, I've learnt now that a BMS is a lot more than just high voltage and was it high voltage and overcharge and stuff like that, and under voltage. So experiment, have a play. If you can afford to go through those steps, do it. And to be honest, even one of those cheap ones is better than nothing. Anything is better than nothing, but don't put all your faith in them. Don't trust them implicitly. Check them, keep an eye on them. And that's my personal opinion. Where we go? Okay. Does Batrium control your inverters? Okay, we've done that. We've done that. AliExpress. Sad that Too Sexy blew up, but they will fix it good and proper. I got to watch it now. Can I just stop this live feed and go and watch it? I love Mighty Car Mods. They're Aussie boys. They're they're just, I reckon I equate them to something like Jehu, but probably one step above in the video editing and the storytelling. It's Mighty Car Mods. Go check them out. I try a boring live video today. How'd you go, Fernando? I didn't even see it. Sorry, man. I was asleep. Otherwise, I would have tuned in. So does it matter what charge controller I use if I want to use the Batrium? No, the Batrium is completely standalone. It doesn't matter what controller that you use. However, if you choose something like a Solax inverter, the Batrium is designed out of the box, so to speak. I think that's the right terminology, to control the Solax inverter, as well as many, many others. I think SMA and a few others. So the Batrium is much more than just a BMS. It control. I still don't know. I've had it for months and I still don't fully comprehend its capabilities. So if you want if you've got a specific question, in the links below the Patreon website, contact up the top. Just send Jared an email, and if it's a really specific question that I can't answer, hit him up and see if you can work it out. There's no use doing a BMS if it's not completely designed for your setup. So you need to talk about it, you need to ask questions, and get the best package that suits your batteries, chemistry, size, expectations, all that sort of stuff. Hey, it's been a while since I got to watch your stuff. Previous YouTube name, Aaron Wood. Can't remember you, but welcome back. Does your daughter still love you after Stoller or Corn Dogs? I hope so. I genuinely do. I don't think she's realised yet. She hardly lives here anymore. My two oldest daughters have practically moved out. And when we sort of move around the house, we rummage through the freezer or something, and then we find this stash of ice cream and potato gems and all this food and stuff that's sort of stashed away in the bottom of the freezers that they've hidden. So I'm rummaging through that all now. I've learnt there's some cool shit in there. Sorry for the spoiler, mate. Yeah, I'll get over it. Thanks for the great info and great video. No worries. MCM is life. Yeah, MCM for president. I reckon they do a better job than some of them in power. You seem to have really progressed since I last seen you moving stuff over to the shed. Yeah, and I got a long way to go. I got some big plans and extremely light wallet. Where are we up to? MCM is live. As soon as they sent you free, more like buying what you don't need. No, it's got nothing to do with doing it free, because people don't realize how much I've spent on the Bait Room gear. Come on, give me a break. I only got a little bit at the beginning. Everything else I've had to pay for. So blows that out of the water, kinda. And let's face it, it works. I did a video. Oh God, it must have been about 12 months ago. I said, I'm never going to review a product. And I said that. I said that on camera. I'm never going to review a product. I'm never going to do this, because you got to use it for X period of time before you can actually say it works. Well, you know what? It works. I don't give it. It works. I sleep better at night. I don't walk down there 40 times a day. It works. I'm saving batteries on my poor multimeter from not testing them all the time. And then when I get in the next shed, it's even going to be better again. I promise you, it's going to be next level. Going to be awesome. You'll plan it all from the get-go, so all the cables and all the wires are symmetrical and the same length, and they're going to look good. Color code everything. It's going to be fantastic. That'll be a few months away to go, admittedly. Are you going to build an EV car? We have talked about an EV car a lot lately, myself, my Sparky, and a few other close friends. We've talked a lot about doing an EV. Unfortunately, I don't have anywhere to build it. I've done my time playing with cars, and if I did an EV, it would be an MG midget, MG. I can't even remember the model, but it'd be a convertible MG, or a Mini. Absolutely, an old, probably a '63 with sliding windows, preferably baby blue. Little 10-inch wheels, little tiny thin wheels. Load her up with some batteries and get 100 Ks out of it or something. I'd be happy. That'd be a project I would be keen on if I had the space. How about, do you wire your batteries at what volts? They're 48 volts maxing out at, no, sorry, yeah, 48 volts maxing out at 58.4 volts. But I think I've got them set, even though my batteries aren't charging at the moment because they're horrible, horrible days. The batteries are are flat. They're actually going flat every night. They're not charging enough during the day. I need more panels. And I have actually ordered more panels. I just don't have any... I just haven't got them yet. So I've got another, what is it? 8 panels or something coming. But just got to wait for them to get here. And that's going to help a lot. But it's freezing cold, and it's been overcast all day, every day for the last 2 weeks. And my batteries haven't recovered from my last big load test. So I've never got them back up to fully charged again. I should ignore my phone while I'm on a live feed. Okay, questions. How do you wire your batteries? What do you do with your dead cells? I try and pass them on to somebody else, because the dead cells, some people try and recover. So I try and sell them off nice and cheap, give them an extra life, and hopefully after that they go back to the recycling centres that I got them from. So basically I buy them from recycling centres, and then I give them back to them, and then they can get some more money when they recycle them. So I haven't actually found somebody that'll actually pay to take them back again. Not that I'm too concerned about that, because it's a tough one, I guess, recycling. Who makes the money from recycling? It's usually not the person dropping it off. Okay, can Batrium manage 6 or 12 volt batteries? If not, do you know any good systems for lead acid batteries? I have these as series 24 volt battery bank in a boat. That would be, Jared's not going to be in the chat, I don't think, today. I'm not too, can you put that raw? Can you put that into the forum? So the forum link is below, HBPowerwall, DIYpowerwalls.com. Ask that question in the forum, and I'll get Jared to answer that directly for you if you want. And in fact, I probably should create just a Batrium forum so you can ask questions and get answers, and then it builds a catalogue of all the questions and answers. I have to ask whether that's a good idea or not. It'd be a good idea for the forum because it'd increase traffic. Okay, ask me anything. Okay, do you know what furry random is? No, I do not. There's your answer. Furry fandom is. Furry fandom. It's probably those people that dress up in their crazy outfits and then run around trying to scare people. I don't know. Okay, I look like a twat now. Next question. Shed's looking clean, mate. I spent 20 minutes. I even put a doona over all the crap down there so it looked cleaner. And I'm sitting here so you can't see the crap behind me. This is all planned. I kid you not. 40 minutes ago, there was computers everywhere. There was computers as far as the eye can see. And they're all just off camera now. I should show you. See? Mess. Not mess. It's all lies. It's all camera tricks. Just joined. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I would like to see that. I don't know what you'd like to see, but it'd be awesome. Another person for Boona. G'day, Judge. David. Was the auto trip from Batrium, or do you have a link? No, it's controlled by the Batrium, but my Sparky got it for me. I will include a link below, hopefully in the next couple of hours. Actually, if I get a pen and I write these questions down, I can add them in the description when this uploads to YouTube. So shunt trip make and model, and I'll try and provide some links where that goes to. So shunt trip, if anybody else wants anything asked below, just put it, ask me, and I'll put it below, and then we can I can edit it all up later, so at least it gives a repository for everything. I wish I had friends sometimes. Do you wish you had more friends or less? But who needs friends when you've got corn dogs? Am I right? Look, you're absolutely right. Those corn dogs are incredibly important. And if you could heat them with 18650s, it'd make them even better. Quick question. What would be your #1 advice to someone starting out thinking about Powerwall? Planning. Work out what your end goal is. Work out where you're going to get sales from. Can you get enough sales to actually complete the process? And what steps are you going to take for safety from the get-go? Not like I did. I did it the wrong way around. I went, let's build a Powerwall and let's do it as quick as we possibly can. And I got comprehensively flamed for it. If you can go the opposite way around, ask the question, ask yourself some questions. What are you going to do? What do you want to build? How big do you want to do it? Where are you going to get the parts from? How are you going to finance it? Are you going to start with a small 12-volt inverter and move up from there? Or would you prefer just to go to 48-volt, which I do recommend because I have done the 12, 24, 48, and it just costs more. So ask yourself heaps of questions about your journey and where you want it to end. Brad, I don't think I've got any moderators in here, Brad, so I'm going to add you as a moderator. So you can add links if you want. Do you make video? I got a good source for new cells in the Netherlands. Wow, 2,850 for. Do you think that or all laptop cells? It all comes down to how much dollars you've got in your pocket, I guess. But geez, I tell you what, building my Powerwall from new cells, that would be awesome. Absolutely awesome. I can't even imagine. It'd have to have 25, 30, 40, 50% more capacity than I got now, because when it gets right down the bottom, it's so out of balance. I was actually going to try midpoint balancing, doing it at, say, 3.7 volts. But I don't know. Will you make a video about cutting one of the bad cells open to see what's wrong with it and comparing it to normal cells? I actually did that in a video a few weeks ago where I actually opened up one of the packs that was low and retested every single cell and found half the cells were lower. Probably 40% of the cells were the same and 10% of the cells were actually higher. And it was a very inconclusive test. And the test results, well, that for a little tripod. That's so cool. The test results are on the forum, I think. But the difference was only 10 amp hours from the first test to the old test, the last test. But I don't know how I did the test in the first place, because I had 3 different machines doing it at that time and I didn't know any better. Now I've only got the Opus discharges, and so it'll be more consistent the next time I do a test. And I've actually taken the 2 Opus chargers that I did that test with and then put them aside. So they're in good working condition in 3 months' time when I test them again. So hopefully I get some consistency in that next test. Okay, I love my Mighty Car mods. Do you think about Mike's DIY Powerwall system, 86 volts and a lot less amps compared to a 48-volt system, and an inverter with a limiter? I like it, cheap. I love it. I think it's great that other people are doing it other ways. My way is not the only way, and my way is almost definitely not the best way of doing it. Mike has taken a completely unique approach and nailed it, and it works really, really well. And I will be very willing to watch his process as it goes through and see how it progresses, or whether it fails, or all those sorts of questions, much like all you guys are doing to my channel. They make all their music. Yes, Mighty Car Mods make all their own music. I think Mog is actually a sound engineer. So curious over here. Everyone else is saying go after golf cart batteries. Yes or no? Yes, I've done golf cart batteries. They do work. However, they're end of their life if you're buying secondhand ones. But they all serve a purpose. If you can buy golf cart batteries for cheap, or get given them even from a golf cart shop or whatever, it really does. You're reusing it, you're recycling it. you're learning heaps and learning stuff. If you have a look at all my old videos were golf cart type batteries, big 6-volt, 330 amp hour cells. Now, they were horrible. I had 880 amp hours of batteries, but only had about 5 kilowatt hours of storage. So it was pretty horrible. 880 amp hours of storage, you know how it goes, bike car mileage. So I say yes, absolutely do it. Do it, learn, and do it right. Have fun, learn. If it does not matter, why did old-time engineer, if it does not matter, why did Batrium ask me what charge control I'm using? Because old-time engineer, probably because he was trying to get an overview of what you're doing and an understanding, rather than being a salesperson that just goes, here, have this, this is what you asked for. He will ask a lot of questions and make sure you get what the best product and the best thing for your circumstances, i.e. if you have a PIP inverter, you might need a bridge connect down the road to actually connect to it and control it. Whereas if you have a Solax inverter, you do not need the bridge connect and you can control that directly from the Watchmon. Questions like that all matter when you're dealing with energy. Doing it right is better than doing it twice. And I've done a lot of things twice. God, here we go. Okay, if it doesn't matter, why did Batrium? Has the PowerShed expansion started yet? No, because the wallet hasn't expanded yet. That's a bit of a problem. Yeah, priorities and all that sort of stuff. Life gets in the way sometimes, doesn't it? Oh no, I lost where I was up to. I'm a long way behind. Holy shitballs. Golf cart batteries are fine. Thanks for correcting my spelling. But I do like my 1850s better. Supposedly they are designed to be run down and charged repeatedly. Wouldn't that be the case for personal electronic batteries as well? Quite possibly. I also got the wallet problem. Anybody that doesn't have the wallet problem is lying, I reckon. The wallet might be held by the wife, such as my case. It's held by the wife and only released every third Friday. And I think that's a payday from YouTube. I did tell you from day one you 100% needed a BMS, especially seeing your mixed up cells. Yes, Finger Blast, you are the only person in the world to tell me that ever. Ever, never, 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 never. You're the only one to ever help on this entire project. Can measure the capacity per cell. The Batrium software can do a lot. You can get all that data. It can work out. So once the batteries are charged, it can't work out well, it actually could work out the capacity of the cell. It absolutely could, but unfortunately, the time it would take to do that would be weeks. It logs so much information. So when the batteries come up to fully charged, what it'll do is if one goes into bypass mode, which is balancing it, it logs how much energy has been bypassed. So you can accurately see at the top that this battery here is 20% better than the battery here. And then you could add 5 more cells to this battery to bring it up to the same level of this battery. So on that, it can work it out. And I have used that to improve my battery pack. So I've used that logging function to actually, even if you look at my load tests and stuff like that, when it gets all the way to the bottom, I can see which ones are very visually see which packs are very weak. And I'm progressively replacing those ones out with some of those ones there, which is Bo's pack. I hope that answers that question. 1 megawatt DIY Powerwall. I think Jehu's going to hit that 1 megawatt before I do. I think Jehu's going for some extremely large fun. Pizza arrives, so I have to eat. Just listen. Hey, where's my pizza? If I put my address, will someone send me a pizza and pay for it? I don't want 40 pizzas to show up without having to pay for them. Have you spelled out your name with different color batteries? Yes, I have. I'm sorry, I have done that. I deleted that video because it was stupid. What was your thought and process doing a 48 volt system versus a 24 or any other voltage? I did 12 volt, I did 24 volt, I did 48 volt. 48 volt allowed me to go from 2,400 watts on the inverter to 4,000 watts. And that 4,000 watt inverter can be paralleled up with up to 4 or 5 other inverters. So it allowed me to go high. I didn't have that option with the 24. I would have had to put 24 on one circuit, 24 on another circuit, and 24 on another circuit. So, and plus 48 volts, there's less heat, more efficient, and less amps. So, is your charge controller voltage adjustable to compensate for the minimum and maximum differences between? And yes, it is. Yes, you can just change it, and that's in the Watch Power software. You can change all that. Dennis J. Harris, thanks. I have a good one. Keep up the good content. Thank you very much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Mark, what milliamp hours batteries do you use? Obviously, not all of them are going to be 2,400 milliamp hours, but do you use 2,000 battery as a medium? No, I use 2,400 as a medium. The lowest is 2,100, and the highest is 3,100 or something is the highest cells. And of course, they're our grey goodness cells. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a bit behind. When are you going to build out all the packs and max your Powerwall? As soon as I could be bothered. It's a lot of work, and I don't have space to put that one in at the moment. So what I'm using this one for is I've got a whole heap of really good packs there, so I'm swapping them out with the lower packs, and then I'm going to put all of these packs in here back into service again in the 50 kilowatt hour pack, because let's face it, the more cells you have, the less individual drain per cell, hopefully making it last a lot longer. What does your metal shed have, grounding or lightning rods? Yes, it has both. Both sheds have 5-foot rods into the ground, and they're earthed, and so are all the inverters and all that sort of stuff. I wasn't allowed to do this project unless my Sparky did that, and it is not a common earth. It is, well, it's still going to earth, I guess, but there's 3 rods, one for my home and one for each shed. So I have covered that. I don't have lightning protection though. I think lightning protection is not going to help me if it all goes to shit. Have you used AIMS inverters? No, I haven't used AIMS inverters. Do you use 100% of your capacity of your batteries? I did last night, 33 kilowatt hours or something it went to. But it wasn't all the way full. It was just that last little bit. The battery's actually turned off at the moment. I'm having to turn the batteries off during the day just so I can get as much charge in them and run through the night. But my other solar system runs the house and still doesn't cost me anything technically. So, good morning. Whereabouts you geo-wise? I am in Brisbane, Australia. Forest Lake, if you want me to be precise. Is there a cost-effective source for these cells? Yes. You've just got to find it, unfortunately, and that's the hard part, I guess. Good morning, mate, from the UK. Hey, good. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name. Nope. Okay. Ute, what is the time? What IR temp meter do you have? That cheap one, not the Fleur. It's just an eBay job. We use it for doing all the iPads and Surface Pro screens and stuff like that. So it's just a infrared thermometer. And it seems to work okay. It seems to be fairly accurate. It certainly tells you where it's hot or cold or not. Where else we got? It's midnight. I'm going to bail out. Cheers, man. Thank you very much for tuning in, although you're probably not going to see this message by now. Time in the UK is 12:18. I'm sorry, it's such a big world. Time travel is complicated. Good night, man. Everyone's bailing. It's so late at night. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done it this time. I was trying to hit the Aussies. It's Mother's Day here in Australia today, and I'm sitting out here and my wife's inside. Go figure. Okay. Half an hour left. I'm only going to go to 10 o'clock my time, which is 26 minutes remaining on this live chat. So if you've got a question, ask it below. If you want to like it, take this opportunity to smash that like button. If you want to buy a shirt, there's a link below to an 18650 tee. I really like those tees, actually. Leaves a little bit to the imagination. It doesn't say it's 18650. It's sort of, and it's in the Tesla font too. So you sort of don't. You got to understand the thing behind it. So everyone's not going to look at you weird when you walk down the street. With all the computers you have, why are you not simply GPU, CPU, or HDD mining to fund the Powerwall? Because GPU mining is dead. It is long dead. CPU mining is even more deader. And the power that you use would be insane compared to the money you got. I've been down the Bitcoin route. It's not profitable. Even with the price up there, I'm not going there ever again. Look at my old videos. I've done Bitcoin. It was a failed experiment. The power that you use exceeds any value that you make from the Bitcoins if you take into account the hardware costs as well that fail. Where are we up to? Time. Good night, man. I am live. Yeah, CPU mining. I like your system, mate. I learn a lot from you. Tough for your channel. Thank you very much. If any of you win the lotto, consider a donation. That'd be nice. Got to head off. Keep up the good work. Judge, thank you very much. Catch you later, man. One Up the Sleeves Customs. Okay, greetings from the Great White North Ontario. Ontario, yep. You need more burns. Telstra sucks box in the background. That is just a customer's box with 18650s in it. Does that make it more powerful or any faster? If it's got cells in it? But yes, I have got Telstra cable. I've got Telstra cable with a speed pack, but that's still, it's slow. It's very slow. Well, it's the fastest I can get, but it's still up. Download speed is awesome, 120 megabits per second, but up is only 2.5, which is terrible. Which is what, 720p? Oh, my stream's okay. The kids must be staying off the internet inside the house. Okay, what do you think of in the background? What did you think of Eurovision? I didn't watch it. If that's something you watch alone, I don't know. Anyway, don't know what Eurovision is. I started working with 9-amp batteries from a Prius. And so far, I'm not impressed with the Priuses. Are 10 or 12 years old, aren't they? They've got to be dead batteries by now, I reckon. Okay, One Up the Sleeves customers worked out the linky thing. Impressed, that is. So far, I'm not impressed. Ah, close enough, man. I got what you meant. What do you think of Eurovision? Eurovision. 37 Eurovision. We get it. And I just lost where I was up to again. I should have highlighted it. I really lost where I was up to. There we go. It's Saturday afternoon, you kebab. YouTube is a Cali company. Yeah, but I'm not in Cali, am I? I'm in little old Australia. Chemistry questions here. Powerwall 1. Portugal 1. There we go. Okay. Yes, catch bait. They shouldn't have, though. Live stream chat, guys. Take your BS chat somewhere else. Well said, Ben. Although there's not too much. It's not so bad. Saturday morning in Poland. AM, that's a little bit early. Yep, the settings are in C because we're on the bottom part of the planet. Thanks for answering earlier. I'm in high voltage AC myself, so safety is number one. I'm shooting for 48 volt from the go. Plenty to be learned. Meet in forums. Yes, there heaps to be learned in forums. But if you're overseas, I think they have high voltage inverters and stuff like that. And if you could get a 110 volt inverter, it would be really cool because you could actually use a 110 volt car, such as Jehu's car, as a Powerwall. You could just plug it in. And that is something I'm going to look into. I promise you, if I ever get the chance to build a 110 volt Powerwall and I can plug it directly into DC into an EV, I'm going to do it. Use the links to help me. Settings. Thanks for answering. I'm a high voltage. Okay. Are the parameters changeable enough on the PCM? Yes, they're more programmable on the PCM60X than they are on the PIP 4048HS because the PCM60X has constant charge, constant voltage you can change where the PIP does not. So yes, it is better. It's not perfect. It is not designed for it. And you can't go to 4.2 volts per cell. You've got to go to like 4 volts or something just to stay safe. And run some kind of BMS too, I would now recommend, rather than manually checking it. However, manual worked for me for 6 or 12 months. So if 24 is better than 12 and 48 is better than 24, why don't you go 96 or even higher? Yes, I understand the danger question. Yes, Ross, I think I just answered that a few seconds ago. The problem for me is I want to keep underneath 100, I think it's 120 volts DC, which means I can actually play with it. Anything higher than that in Australia, it is not legal for, I'd need qualifications or something to work on high voltage. So, and I think if I did that, I'd actually do some sort of basic course, even though I have a core understanding of, I will die, and the amps can kill me and all that sort of shit. I'd still do some sort of basic course to point me in the right direction, and maybe just achieve best practice or something might be really good. No, it's not. No, you were not the first to hand me on it. Sorry, Mr. Granny. You were not the first. You were far from the first. You're the most obnoxious about it, but you weren't the first. How much do you think it would cost you to build a system the same as a Powerwall? You couldn't build my system, especially if you're using new cells, and you get the warranty and everything else. It's just better. Powerwall 2 would be better than mine if you were based it completely on money, financial, not time. How much do you think it would cost to build a system? Says, okay, give Pete some thumbs up. Give him some pizza. I feel like pizza now. Do you have you had much support or scorn from local electric company that you're now supplementing your home grid? No, because I haven't had any support from anyone other than my electrician and all the people that support me on here with donations and Patreon and stuff like that, if that's what you mean by support. But as far as the electricity grid is concerned, the Australian provider or something, or the management or whatever, is Energy Australia. And Energy Australia has been on my YouTube channel because I can see in my analytics where they come from. And they spent one day on my channel and they accounted for most of my data traffic in one day and watch time views. So they must have looked at every single video in one day. So they clearly know about it, but I'm under 120 volts. I don't do any 240 volts myself. And everything that I try and do as best I possibly can. I really want to do this well for my own, as well as because it's YouTubey. Which is the best brand of 186V and which one most of them fail? In my experience, Sanyas are the worst. Sanyas are also older cells, I think. And they're in older laptops and stuff like that, so they've been around for longer. They're also lower capacity from the get-go. I think the white or blue ones that'll bring on the end are later model ones. So the best ones I've seen are the LG grey ones. I don't know the actual model. And the worst ones have definitely been orange, I think. But I haven't even looked at a spec sheet for any one of these things. I haven't looked at a spec sheet because I don't understand what I'm reading. And I'll be the first to admit that. This is all learning. I don't care. I'm still learning right now. I'm learning about safety and the way to do things, and I'm learning from you guys. And even the hate and the negativity that comes through YouTube is also a learning because I can do it better. So, and that's all I can do. Last 10 days, getting tired of rain. I actually like the rain because I'd rather wear a jumper than walk around and sweat my ass off. Be the first to 1.21 gigawatts. Wouldn't I love that? What, 40-foot shipping container in my backyard? Yeah, that'd be all right. That'd be a power station. Can you imagine the inverters you'd need to actually make use of all that? And the solar panels to charge it. Oh, look, the next question was a shipping container question. Yes, I have looked at a shipping container. Unfortunately, the shipping containers need council approval, so I've got to build a small shed. Is weed legal? Yes, the one in the garden, the one you smoke, no. Thanks for the reply, Brizzy boy. Hey, about 3 hours south, yes, weather is crap. Like I said, better than being stinking hot. It would hit the lightning rod first and follow down the wire to the ground, causing less damage, if any. You might mean a lightning rod as actually sticking up on the shed roof, maybe. I'm talking about a ground rod into the ground, like the ones you have to put like a meter into the ground for them to be legal or something. Can you solder? Jokes. No, I'm horrible at soldering. I get all jittery and stuff. I'd much use a spot welder. Anyone from the UK experience building a Powerwall, let me know, please. Yeah, there's a couple of people. If you go to my homepage on YouTube, you can go down the side and I list a whole heap of people that are doing thing. And DIY UK Power, is it UK DIY Powerwall? I think he's doing a green one. So he actually had his live before mine was done. So 1230 here, megawatt. There we go. Deep cycle batteries as good as lithium. Is deep cycle? It's all a cash thing. Deep cycle can be good if you look after them. They can last 20, 30 years, I believe. Are they as good as lithium? I guess it depends on the situation and how much you're drawing from them or whatever. Lead acid in a car, no. Lithium in a car, yes. I guess. That's a guess. How do you measure your cell capacity? I use a Opus BTC31, and if you look in my links below to the Powerwall, my official thread, in there I've got a whole heap of links to all the stuff that I use with my affiliate code, so I do make a little bit of extra coin from it. Diesel cycle batteries, an Aussie bloke. Yes, I'm Aussie, Megawatt, Australia. The show nighttime, so that is not Aussie. How do you measure your capacity? You mentioned safety. Do you have a video on safety? I plan on doing a really big video on safety after I get the after we work out how to get the inverter to work with the expansion board. No, not the expansion board. What is it? I had all this terminology in my head. What is it called? I said it before. I really did say it before. No, is that someone messaging me? What is it? Anyway, I'll get the name of it later. I've got too many questions here to answer to ponder on one thing for too long. Have you looked up Quitter? No, I haven't. Leave a link, drop a link either in the questions below after I finish and I'll have a look. So rate recently is near dead in the water a couple of years back. Money laundering paradise. Yeah. Yep. GPU, CPU charging not effective as SETI and other touchy-feely stuff. I wouldn't touch Bitcoin with a large pole, but I agree. I got to Bitcoin and I really was keen on doing something with it. So much so, I actually got a, and it's all dirty from sitting on the thing. I actually got a Bitcoin sign made. And I was really keen on actually doing stuff with Bitcoin. I got right into it. And then I realized it was just a waste of time at the time. Because every time I put up somebody wanted to pay with Bitcoin, you know, if it was a 10 to 1 or something on the Australian dollar, and I wanted $100, that's I'd give you 0.1 of a Bitcoin, and it ended up being like $40. I said, no, well, I want $140 in Bitcoin to cover if it goes down. And yeah, it doesn't work. It might work for money laundering or, you know, encryption viruses on your computer or something, I guess. It's getting that Bitcoin from Bitcoin to cash that did my head in. And everybody wants their cut, so okay, just started getting system building solar systems, decided to start small BMS and laptop batteries, and their BMS just built my first solar panel and it's working great. Oh wow, you built your own solar panel. That's pretty cool. I never got into that. It was cheaper buying. I found solar panels for $30 each, so it wasn't worth building a solar panel for that price. Found you when I started and enjoyed the videos. Keep it excellent. Thank you very much. 2014 Prius. Oh, there you go. So it's a later model Prius. Wow, I am behind. I am so sorry. I'm trying to smash this out. I'd like to hear your opinion about windmills over for a small one. I don't have any windmills. I can't have them here. I have looked into them. Council rules and stuff like that. I live close to a road and you've got to be... Anyway, don't have one, not getting one. Burst just uses hard drive space, so no power. You know what I mean? $2 a week. Elon Musk said he will achieve $100 per kilowatt hour battery by 2020. Will DIY be dead? No, because Elon Musk will have given us an incredible quantity of used cells for a lot less than that. If the retail price goes down, so does the blooming value of these cells. It's only a good thing. It's a win-win for everybody. I should start a campaign, see if I can get Elon Musk to show up in my shed and have a look at my Powerwall. Like, hashtag Elon Musk to Brisbane. Think that'll work? Someone want to start a viral campaign? Is anybody good at that? What do you think about LiPo batteries? Never used LiPo batteries. Although my friend's house burnt down the other day because of one. Actually, I'll put that on the forum. It didn't actually burn down. Burnt the entire floor of the house because he had a remote control car. Hadn't used for 2 years. Plugged the charger in to charge his LiPo batteries. Come in 20 minutes later, the bedroom was on fire. Burnt out his entire bedroom, and the top half of the house was all smoke damaged. Lucky the fire brigade wasn't too far away. And that was LiPo batteries, not lithium-ion 18650s. But I did get that phone call from him. Do you have anything that would change now if you're just starting a Powerwall build? Yes, go straight to 48 volt. Under 50 volt VDC means you can wire yourself. Over, it needs to be licensed by Sparky for wiring. I did believe it was 120 volts VDC in Australia. I'm absolutely dead certain it's 120 volts in Australia. If you can provide me something that tells me otherwise, I would be keen to find that out, Ben the Guru. So much for global warming. The heights have been now for upper 60, 50. It should be in the 80s. Okay. Why not the sleeve customs? Like-minded YouTube Powerwall creators. No Sierra 50 user. Is that the right one? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Thanks, man. Oh no, what did I do? Back. I see what you did there. Did I just lose the entire chat? No, I lost every single question. YouTube. Oh, wait a minute, they're all coming back. Are they all coming back, or is that just an insane amount of comments coming in? I don't know. Saturday morning and poll. Okay, I'm going to have to rip through this and work it where I'm. Give Pete some thumbs up. Okay, so one up the sleeve customs. GPU mining is dead. So, I'm back. It come back. Thank God for that. What inverter do you recommend for beginning system? I recommend getting an inverter that works for you. You've got to. I want to fall short of actually recommending an inverter. I personally use the PIP inverters, and they've worked well for me so far. But there's got to be something better out there that fits your budget. If you have a decent budget, you go to a Selectronics SP Pro or something with 8,000 watts, and it costs you $8 grand, and it's awesome. If you don't have it, you use the PIP inverter. It's all budget. No, PIP do not have lithium curve charge rate. You're absolutely right. They are not designed for lithium batteries at all. It's the volt that kill. There we go. Which battery is lethal in the correct? Watch battery is lethal in the correct spot. Absolutely true. I've seen kids die from swallowing the watch battery. Not the volt, but the current would kill you. Yep, current kills. I'm alive. I make mistakes. Come on. And I'm not an electrician. Yep, it's currently kills. I do 240 VDC circuit without a problem. Oh, I would never I would never do 240 volt myself. Not only is it crazy, it's just crazy. I've just been told I'm catching up. Oh, my mouth is so dry. This is an insane amount of questions. It's fantastic. I have looked at Electro Boom. Yes. What do you think about soldering? Does it damage in general? Okay, soldering 1860 batteries. Let me test that for you. Come back and see me in 12 or 18 months, and I'm going to let you know whether it failed or not. I am going to be the test case for soldering 18650 batteries, I hope. I'm just going to skip a few. Do you follow Bitcoin miners only for demo magnet? Can magnets damage 18650s? I don't think so. The difficulties keep rising. Yes, they do with Bitcoin mining. I want to ask about those 18650 batteries become a backup electricity, like after full charge, they convert to AC. They use a PIP 4048. Description below. Look at HBPowerwall's official build in the links below, and that'll give you a list of all the stuff that I do and where I get all the stuff from. With my affiliate code, so I make some money from it. I like putting that there because a lot of people don't admit it, that they actually trying to make money from this, and I'm really trying. Okay, I want 18650 batteries become electricity. Okay, I've done that one. Why do I keep getting live message on my iMacs? The setting the 6K and 7K. I don't get full charge on the batteries. I don't know, mate. Is it a genuine iMacs or not? I think there's a lot of fake ones out there. It's a bit late in the UK. VDC 50 volt AC. There we go. AC. Yeah, that's what I thought. And there's no 50 volt AC in Australia anyway. So yeah. I've based my entire project on that 120 volt VDC question, and I just had a panic attack. Thank you very much, Ben the Guru. I was genuinely panicking. I'm thinking, shit, because it's about doing this right. So 120 volts DC, and that's even my solar panels are only 118 volts maximum, and that's open circuit current. This never gets above 120, so I'm good there. Because it's only 3 panels in series and they're only 5 amps per panel and 34, 36 volts per panel. And the panels are 14 years old or something, so then they don't even get to 36 volts per panel, which is fantastic. How do you get your question back? It just come back. It just rolled on all the way down. I don't know if I lost any questions, but it seems to be all there still. Your hard disk magnet trick is absolutely golden. That wasn't me. That was Renoa Super Genius gave me that idea. He's also on YouTube, and he was doing 18650 batteries long before I was. Got to go, everyone. Thank you very much, Old Time Engineer. Thank you very much for chiming in. Mark Ward, did you order that Arduino spot welder? No, I have not, because as has been discussed, my wife is holding my wallet. You're catching up. No, not genuine. What do you think about putting laptop cells into power drills? I don't think that'll work because of the amp draw. I think all the power drills are higher amp draw, I think. We use lower voltage AC and DC for our network gear on towers and the likes. Oh, there you go. Cool. I didn't realize that. Where can I get a Where can I get an Arduino spot welder? I think that was in the latest video. I think you gave me a link to that. Recommended. Laptop cells are generally lower discharge rate and higher capacity, or can suffer a short life because they get overloaded. Oh, there you go. Did I actually catch up? No, there's no way I caught up. I must have lost a lot of comments. How do you replace the dead cells in packs after you solder them? You literally desolder them, pull them apart, retest and rebuild it. There is no other way of doing it. It is a long, drawn-out process, but it's a lot better than actually doing the spot welding. I think the spot welding, actually having to physically rip the spot weld back off the battery again would destroy it, or at least damage it, I think. Who knows? Let me test that for you. I like the Samsung 30Qs. I think everybody likes Samsung 30Qs. Anything over 3,000 milliamp hours, I think that's how they work that out. Have you considered just going bigger lithium batteries? No, I haven't considered it. I like the 18650 batteries. It's a fun little project. I get to talk to you guys and interact with people. So that's really, really good. And they're working for me for now. I guess in future they might not work, but for now they're working really well, and I'm really happy with them. Very, very happy. Yeah, I caught up. Yes, I caught up. Get in. Okay, and we're practically in an hour. So yes, good. Do you have any bad experiences with cells blowing up while you're charging or something like that? I have never had a cell blow up or a cell catch on fire or a cell heat up or cell overheat unless I did something stupid. And something stupid is classed as putting a dead cell into one of my chargers. Yes, they get to 100 degrees easily. Had that happen heaps of times, but I did that. I put a dead cell into a charger. My fault. So yes, that's happened. I also converted an AC LED lamp to 12 volt DC extremely bright. Yes, I did that. This thing here was AC. It had all of the adapters and stuff, and I converted it over because I bought the wrong one. I didn't take Jehu's advice, and I just bought one on my own. And then a week later, he did a video with all the products listed. But they do work really well. And of course, that is a Jehu light with a Hollywood 18650s in it. And I'll just use it to make my hair look shit, as it turns out. Blowing up or anything like that, extremely bright. 26700s and the likes are good and big, but not common. 18650s are common and cheap. Yes, they are. On cells and Feeblade, and it's nasty. Yes, there's lots of better places than Feeblade to buy cells. I think Nikon.nl, I think. For 12 volt 18650 battery bank, would recommend 3 or 4 in series. That's, you've got to look, General South, you have to look at your inverter. You have to look at you can't ask that question. That question has too many answers and doesn't really work. You have to look at your inverter, and you have to work out your voltage range of your inverter, and you have to work out what you're going to use it for, and the risks you're willing to accept with that setup. 48 volt is different. I'd go 7. Oh no, 24 volt I'd go 7. 48 volt I'd go 15. 14, sorry. Okay, geez. Your information is very good. I built a 6 kilowatt-hour battery system using the exact format that you have used in Powerwall. Oh, that's cool. Do you have that YouTube or anything? Or put it on the forum. Go on the forum and chuck it on there so everyone can see it. The more people that can see different ways of doing this project, the better it is for everybody. So if you go to the forum and share it, even if you don't want to YouTube it or whatever else, throw your photographs up there, throw your process up, and never visit it again. Just make a repository of how you've done it on the forum and how you stuffed it up or how it worked or didn't work. That way everyone can learn from it, and this whole thing can get better. And it needs, this thing can be better if we all chip in. And that's what I want to make the forum. I want to make the forum into a place where I can earn a little bit more YouTube revenue from like the clicks and stuff like that, but also just a general repository. Of course, we've got the DIY Powerwalls Facebook group, which has got 4,000 people, 5,000 people in it, or something like that. And it's brilliant, but you lose where you're up to. You go back 6 weeks and you can't find your post. There's not a very good search function, etc., etc. Forum, much better for that sort of thing. And I think someone's linking the forum over and over again up here somewhere. Thanks, Brad. Go and check out Brad's channel, One Up the Sleeves Customs. He's doing some cool stuff with laptop batteries and trying to run an old car from them. Old Holden? No, Ford? Anyway, I don't know. Doing a car, check out his channel. Yeah. Can you use laptop battery cells with a solar setup? Yes, Damien, I am doing that. That's my whole channel. 250 odd videos or something. The banks I use are currently bill from $480 USD a month to 100. That is impressive. That's the sort of stuff you need to put. That's the sort of stuff you need to catalog. That sort of savings, that it can work, that it does work, that it is economical. And if you add the cost of what you did to what you've saved, it makes it even more like the even better validation that it works. Is it better to buy new batteries than old laptop batteries for an electric vehicle battery pack? I want to have lots of cycles. If you can afford it, do new. I really would do new in a car. But if you can't afford it, do what is ever your country laws state you're allowed to do. If you're allowed to have used batteries in a car, do it. If you can, because in Australia we've got certain laws, and I don't know all of them, but some of them are relating to G forces. It's like 10G lateral and logical or whatever it is. Anyway, you know what I mean. You've got to have. I don't think one of these packs, I'm not even going to pick it up, could handle that sort of a load. Add to that the vibration and stuff with the fuses. And I'm concerned that whether it's going to work in the long term. It'll certainly work in the short term. And this, are Nissan Leaf batteries worth the investment for a Powerwall? Absolutely, of course they are. If you don't want to spend this sort of time and effort, Nissan Leaf batteries are the way to go. They're getting cheaper. They're readily available in other countries. In Australia, they're not at the moment. We have to import them from America, which significantly puts the prices up. But if I could get my hands on some Nissan Leaf batteries, I'd definitely add them to my system if all the voltages and stuff were compatible. I really got to stop this very, very soon. Only 37 likes. Throw like a Pete. It's all good. No, but everyone doesn't have to like what I do, but I do appreciate people tuning in. Don't want to sound pathetic, but the mains voltage in Australia is 240 volt, 230 volt, not 240 volt. Hey, my daughter's leaving me. This is the other daughter. This is the good daughter.
The one that just finished cleaning out her room.
She cleaned her room and she doesn't even live here anymore. You realise now I get all these hits because everyone starts hitting on you, asking your name, your age, where you live.
I'm the age over.
I'll just tell them all you're a lesbian.
Even better.
Night, sis.
Goodbye.
Thanks for visiting me, even though I'm sitting out here on camera.
All good.
Love ya.
Love you too.
When are you coming back to visit me?
Probably Monday.
Monday. That's good. I'll be inside shortly. I've got to stop this live feed as soon as I stop getting questions, I guess. I primarily use a pack. Oops, I looked away for 3 minutes. Cheers to that. I primarily use packs to run AC units that get hot here. Oh, there you go. 240 volt. Go figure. I think 240 volt is what they say. It's anywhere from 220 to 250 or something like that. I've experienced a few holes removing the welds from straps and used in laptop batteries. Yeah, I've had a few too. They just go straight in the bin. Why is it so hard to find a BMS that doesn't suck? Because the entire world has been flooded with what they want, and what they want is a cheaper BMS. And you can't do a cheaper BMS without going cheap somewhere. And I am absolutely guilty of falling into that trap early on in the piece, where I just bought cheap BMSs and I had this jaded view of them where they just don't work. So, and they didn't work for me. I think that clouded my whole BMS thing until I got the Batrium unit. And it doesn't suck. And if you look at the Batrium unit, I have all, like the base Batrium unit, the 14 long monster, the shunt, and the Batrium system itself, is the same cost as what I spent on plastic clips for a 40 kilowatt hour pack. Go figure. It's not that expensive when you put it in a equate it to something you've already spent a lot of money on, like plastic. So, and I didn't get that until someone told me that, and then I went, yeah, I've spent almost $800 on plastic clips. That's insane. And actually, if you want to know how much I spent on stuff, in the link below, I've got an up-to-date price on all my on my project. So YouTube income and donations and all that sort of stuff is listed below. So if you want to go and have a look at, have a look at that after the live feed is finished. Why is I BMS? Thank you for the work you have done. Your channel is very helpful and inspirational. Thank you very much, General South. I do use welding on the battery packs I'm making. That's good. You should document it and let us know, because I mean, if we can work out that that is better, again, it's better for the entire community. It's all about making this better. Can you use toy print for a Powerwall? You could use anything for a Powerwall. Powerwall, I guess. There's nothing you couldn't use, but it's up to you. I mean, you use what's available in your area. I'm using 18650s, and if you have a look in a lot of countries with really unreliable power and stuff like that, and low socio-economic groups, a lot of people are picking up the 18650 cells. A lot. Is it Philippine Solar on Facebook? Has something like got 40,000 subscribers on Facebook. And they do a lot of the 18650 stuff just because it's cheap and it's what they can do. And they only need to run a few lights and stuff. I'm running an entire house, fridges, freezers, wash machines, dryers. I mean, we run the deep fryer, the microwave, everything except the stove top, which is electric and can draw 7,000 or 8,000 watts if they're all on, and the heater, which is 3,600 watts. So I can't run that off the inverter because it's only 4,000 watt inverter, and it would kill it considering it runs for 12 hours a day. Yeah, I enjoy Brad's channel. There you go. I have done that. I'm not sure what you've done, but I am sure. Is your PV grounded and positive or negative? The PV is all grounded, is earthed. Yes, it's all earthed. I think that's the correct terminology. I'm not sure on if that's correct. I think it is. What reason do you for new 18650s? I get lots of people messaging me all the time wanting to sell me 18650 batteries, new ones. I've had no less than 5 people contact me wanting to sponsor the channel with cells, and all of them haven't been legitimate sources. They've been legitimate websites and legitimate companies and all that sort of stuff, but none from the big 4 or 5 manufacturers. They're all Chinese manufacturers, and I don't want to put my name to that. So if anybody wants to sponsor my channel with 18650 batteries, come to the party and bring good cells. Do not bring cheap rubbish, because I tell you what, you'll get flamed in 10 seconds. I will very happily out you. And I will put my entire this out towards, you know, I hate 18650 batteries that are fake. I get so many people sending me questions saying they bought 200 batteries and they just don't work, and I'm sick of hearing it. So if you're going to sponsor my channel, you're going to sponsor it with bloody good batteries or nothing at all. And that's why I haven't responded to your emails. I'm very sorry about that. Tell me why 64-bit one is like a turtle. Because it's Windows. Hey man, have you ever found any Samsung? What are they in? No, I haven't. If I have found them, I wouldn't have recorded where I found them from. Logic. Hey mate, do you roughly know how long a good Powerwall will last during 300 watts at 240 volt? Mine, 3,000 watts would last 10 hours. I guess. I'm guessing, because I'm 3,000 watt drawer. It's going to change the way the batteries work. I mean, 300 watt drawer would probably give me 40 kilowatt hours. At 3,000, probably give me 25 or 30 kilowatt hours. Another good channel is check out this Jehu Garcia. Everybody on this channel goes to Jehu Garcia. Everyone knows about Jehu. They come to Jehu first, and then they come to me, because Jehu keeps advertising me. Well, not advertising. Jehu's a top bloke. He's a freaking fantastic bloke. And I can learn a lot from Jehu, and I will continue to learn a lot from Jehu. Some call it leeching from him, but I will leech if it means I can move forward and progress. Okay, Nissan Leaf batteries hard to get in the UK, where I'm less than 20 miles from where I live. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Chris Chester, do they sell the seconds? I don't think they would, actually. Please tell me why 64 window turtle. We've already accompanied that. Now the name. Don't know what you're talking about. Vegemite, 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 Vegemite. What is Vegemite? Vegemite is awesome. Go to my channel, Slopes Vegemite, and I'll do a video on Vegemite. On up the sleeves. I'll see you later, buddy. Thank you very much for moderating. Do I have any of my other moderators in the room that can be put on as moderator? No, actually, it's 14 minutes past when I was going to do my live feed. So I might wrap this one up. If I can look through the rest of these, give me a like if you like what I do. Give me a thumbs down if you don't like what I do. AliExpress, black, 10 pieces, cell holder spaces. Yep, that's the one. God, I hope you're not the person that's been spamming my YouTube with that. Yes, it is grounded. Grounded and earthed is the same thing. There we go. So it is done, and it's done on that. Each of my shed is grounded, and my solar panels are grounded. So I've got a stake on my shed that grounds my shed and my solar panels. There you go. I think that's bloody good batteries, or not at all. Yep. I'm sorry, but I want to promote the right thing, and if someone's promoting cheap, crappy cells, it just gets me. I'm sorry, it's a personal hate. I probably could have doubled my income from people offering me sponsorships for cells. I could have easily done it, but I just don't want to be involved with stuff that's not spot on legitimate. If you're a legitimate battery company with legitimate cells that you can guarantee for the life of the cell, hit me up. Actually, that'd be a cool test. I wonder if I could get enough cells to build 1,120 and build a brand new pack, put it with my old packs and see how it goes. There's a challenge for the greater good. Bo's dad. Hey, there we go. Bo's dad's a moderator. I don't have to put anybody else on. Found brand new LG Sin packs for $1.75. I do Jehu too, but found out through his channel. There you go. See, everyone got me through Jehu. I can't post the link. Yes, you can, Bo. You should be able to. I've put you on moderator. You should be able to post the link. Post it with the HTTP as well. What is it?
Yep. Bad experiences with cells blowing up while you're charging.
We don't want that one, Pete. I didn't even realize that I had that going in the background. Brad, you're catching up. There we go. I got sidetracked. I went and looked at my Facebook. There must be serious lag on the stream. There's always serious lag on the stream. Kids are inside probably jumping on the internet. I have a Koi pond that runs about 400 watts. How many 1860 do I need for the pond to be off grid? That depends on how many days you want to run without solar. That's a very big question. The bigger the better. What's kangaroo taste like? Never eaten it. I hope you mean K for kangaroo. Note to leave European rules about the batteries. Oh, there you go. Okay, can't thumbs down this channel. Thank you. You and Jar give me my motivation, and okay, I'll remove you as moderator and then I'll re-add you. I don't know why you can't post. Everyone else has been able to post. Right, I removed you and then re-added you again. However, even though I still have 70 people or something in the room, I really have to go because I've been an hour and 20 minutes and nobody watches an hour and 20 minutes live chat. Pete, I found Jehu through you. Oh my God, that must be a first. Okay, I'll wait for Bo's dad to test the link because he wants to test something. I think I might be able to go and find it as well. If I link, where is it? Facebook's. No, I do not want chat. Okay, I am not looking at the live feed at the moment. I am trying to find a shortcut to those cells. Here we go. Oh, they're out of stock now. Whoops. Okay, so these ones aren't any, they are gone already. I think there was some other ones in the links. There we go. Copy that link and back to the chat. Off-grid, Aussie off-grid prepper, he was actually yelling at me, so that's all right. Fan of Jofu, I watched all but 5 minutes. You're a champion. That's awesome. All but 5 minutes. That's a big effort for an hour and 20 minutes. Not in eBay. Was that one of the links you put on the forum? Yeah, to see Jehu. So it will be you. Okay, so Jehugarcia. Jehu Garcia in YouTube. I don't understand why you can't do links, man. I'm so sorry. I'll have to change. I don't know how to change the settings. I hope he does this again. I like this. I try and do one a week or something like that. Okay, guys, I am going to I have to disappear now. I'm sorry, guys. I've got to go. Bo's dad, thank you for all your help. I hope you liked your plug. I hope your son liked his pack. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Buy a t-shirt, link below, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. The 46-degree north channel, and I can't on the live, and I can't chat on the live streams. That is weird. Maybe, Bo's dad, maybe try going from, change a different browser, perhaps, maybe. Use Google Chrome, if you're not already using Google Chrome. I hope. I don't know. Message me privately. I think you've got my email address, and I can remote into your computer, and we can see if we can work it out privately. It is good having you on board, because I know you're not going to, I know you got the channel at heart. It's fantastic for a lot of yous, in fact. No ad blocking software. I don't think ad blocking software would actually do it. So, yeah, that's an idea. I use Opera. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes using a different browser is a really easy way of troubleshooting problems. Internet Explorer, Opera, Google Chrome, it doesn't really matter. I used to be really big on Internet Explorer, but I always use Google Chrome these days. Anyway, I've got to go. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.